2006, support from the Conservation Alliance helped launch American Whitewater's Colorado River Stewardship Program. Since that time, we've become recognized for our expertise in river management and for engaging paddlers and our partner organizations in deciding what the future of rivers look like in the arid West. Our Colorado Stewardship Program targets a massive water allocation process that threatens healthy rivers throughout the Colorado River Basin. Water agencies that deliver water to cities and farms are aggressively working to secure additional supplies for Colorado's growing population. In a state that relies on winter snowpack and late summer rains for its water supply, securing additional water directly impacts the amount, timing, and quality of what little water remains in Colorado's rivers. Over the last 3 years, American Whitewater has focused our efforts on getting our members, affiliates, and conservation partners involved in water management and supply strategies, and on improving the information being used to develop management and restoration guidelines at the local, state, and federal levels. The next few years will see major decisions on water allocation with far-reaching consequences for iconic western rivers like the Dolores, Yampa, and the mighty Colorado. The Upper Colorado River is the largest source of supplemental water supplies for Denver and Colorado's Front Range cities. Here, water agencies have used numerous reservoirs and pumps to lift river water up and over the Continental Divide, delivering west slope water to east slope cities and farms. High in the alpine valleys of the Rocky Mountains, water providers are proposing to build new dams or enlarge existing reservoirs to capture more water away from the river system. At risk from the push to develop new water supplies are the remote and unprotected river canyons just downstream, and in-stream flows that are critical to sustaining fish, wildlife, and outstanding recreational opportunities in Byers Canyon, Gore Canyon, and Glenwood Springs. For the last 3 years, American Whitewater has negotiated a river management plan for the Upper Colorado that balances future water supply and in-stream flows critical to ecosystem function and a robust recreation economy. Prior to our efforts, no one knew how much flow rivers needed to support public recreation in the Upper Colorado River, and discussion of protecting these flows were virtually non-existent. We've collaborated with respected social scientists to conduct in-stream flow studies of 14 river reaches to define the exact flows needed for recreational enjoyment. We've made the impacts of the water supply choices facing Coloradoans exceedingly clear for the first time, and we have succeeded in bringing together paddlers, ranchers, anglers, and urban and rural communities in a commitment to protect the Colorado River. Unlike most western rivers which have been dammed, diverted, or otherwise had their water put to beneficial use, the Yampa River still runs free. American Whitewater is working to preserve the Yampa for its globally rare wildlife habitats, endangered fish, and world-class river recreation, while powerful industries are looking to divert Yampa River water for other uses. Among those powerful interests in the Yampa River is the Northern Colorado Water Conservancy District, the agency that secures water supplies for Colorado's booming Front Range cities. Northern Water is concerned that future demand for water along the Front Range promises to be greater than their current supplies. In order to meet that demand, Northern proposes a 300,000 acre-foot reservoir on the Yampa River above Dinosaur National Monument. Their proposal is to take water from the Yampa, store it in the reservoir, and pipe it 225 miles up and over the Continental Divide. Impacts to the river, to recreational opportunities on one of the region's most outstanding multi-day trips would be substantial. Peak spring flows enjoyed by boaters and critical to wildlife habitat would be stored and diverted, lost forever. A powerful Shell Oil Company also has interests in the Yampa River. The company filed for the right to divert a substantial amount of water from the Yampa River just a few miles upstream from Dinosaur National Monument. The water would be stored in a massive reservoir and used for future oil shale mining, a controversial and still unproven technology. American Whitewater worked this year with our partners in the conservation community to protect the Yampa River from Shell Oil and Northern Water's proposals for water rights in the Yampa. We question how much water these diversion proposals will take from the river and whether there will be any water left to sustain the iconic environmental and recreational habitats along the Yampa River canyons. Regrettably, the Dolores River is a wild river no more. The Dolores River carves one of America's premier river canyons through southwestern Colorado. For 170 miles from McPhee Reservoir to Utah and its confluence with the Colorado River, the Dolores traverses some of the most remarkable landscapes in the desert Southwest. One outstanding value of the Dolores River is its ability to accommodate long, wilderness-quality river trips, putting the Dolores second only to the Grand Canyon. In order for the Dolores River to provide these outstanding recreational opportunities, there must be sufficient in-stream flows. And not just for paddlers. The Dolores has supported rare and endangered fish, river otters, and one of the largest winter habitats for bald eagles, all of which rely on a dynamic and healthy river system. In 1985, the Dolores was dammed, and its water captured and diverted into irrigated lands, never to return to the river. Endangered fish populations are declining, drought-tolerant invasive species have moved in, and families floating down the river have been stranded as the water drops below boatable levels overnight. American Whitewater has recently brought our expertise to bear on Dolores River management and is actively working to restore in-stream flows to the Dolores River canyons. Our staff and team of volunteers are advancing the justifications for recreational releases, and we are negotiating with water users, local governments, and federal agencies to develop new reservoir operations that meet ecological and recreational flow needs. We are working against powerful interests that still view water kept in a river as wasted water. Interests that still believe that the Dolores River is not of value to all Americans, that it is not an icon of the West. Today, we need you to join us in asking the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation to take a leadership role in protecting the flow-dependent recreation and environmental values of the Dolores River. By signing on to our letter, you are demonstrating public support for federal decisions that protect natural resources and enhance in-stream flow conditions in the Dolores. By signing on to our letter, we will directly pressure the Bureau of Reclamation to incorporate recreation, fish and wildlife, and cultural resource requirements into the water and power operations of McPhee Reservoir. These actions all build towards lasting in-stream flow protections. They build public support, they build political support, and they contribute to a strong, cohesive, diverse, and knowledgeable community seeking those protections.